The CDL permit test for CDL permit holders is very important that they start studying immediately upon them receiving the book. I know classroom hours will be from 6 a.m. to 2:30, but it's for the responsibility of the new candidate to learn that. Testing normally begins 3 to 4 weeks after their initial class. So it's important that you take advantage of all the time in which you have to prepare.
It's important for a new candidate to prepare for the CDL test because it forms the basis of their training here in the MTA. And the first 2 weeks are very crucial because for those operators who need to get their CDL, preparing for the CDL, learning different parts of the bus, and preparation also helps them with bus familiarization. So without getting a CDL test, they can go no further into their training.
My advice to the candidates, the new candidates, is to study. Study very hard and be very prepared. Once we give y'all the book, take it home and study. Study the pre-trip, get ready, and listen to your instructor.
It will be very important for them to be in that book day one. From the time they get the manual to start reading the manual, even when they're on the bus riding and training, it's important that they also study the manual during downtime that they may have.
For me, new candidates should take ownership of the CDL pre-test because it's an important part of stating it, because if you take it personal, then when you talk, it means something to you.
And I would advise them to take their time and to understand the seriousness of what they're about to endure as new professional bus operators.
During the pre-trip inspection, you must show that the vehicle is safe to drive. You will have to walk around the vehicle and point to or touch each item and explain to the tester what you are checking and why. You must be specific. Please speak up when taking the test so that the examiner can hear you. The pre-trip inspection must be successfully completed in 45 minutes. Remember, the entire pre-trip vehicle inspection must be passed before you can proceed to the basic vehicle skill test. In addition, the basic vehicle skill test must be passed before you can proceed to the road test. That's why it is imperative to give your instructor your undivided attention at all times. Good luck.
The coach is equipped with an automatic transmission. The parking brake is applied, the transmission is in neutral, and the tire is chopped. I would now like to start my front exterior inspection. My clearance lights are properly secured, clean, not cracked, broken, or damaged, and the proper color is amber. My left and right outside view mirrors are properly secured, clean, not cracked, broken, or damaged. Brackets are secured with nuts and bolts. None are missing and show no signs of looseness or rust. Windshield is clean, properly secured, not cracked, broken, or damaged, and has no foreign obstructions or illegal stickers. Windshield wiper arms and blades are secured, properly mounted, not cracked, broken, or damaged. Wiper blades are not excessively worn or frayed. Wiper arms have proper tension and making proper contact to the windshield. Left and right, high and low beams are properly secure mounted, clean, not cracked, broken, and damaged. Proper color is white. Hazard lights and turn signals are secure, properly mounted, clean, not cracked, broken, or damaged. Proper color is amber. I will now start my right side exterior. Front passenger door and hinges are secured and properly mounted with seals intact. The glass is clean, free of stickers and foreign obstructions. The rubber is making proper contact and is not frayed. Side clearance lights are properly secured, clean, not cracked, broken, or damaged. The first two are amber in color and the last one is red. Windows from front to rear are properly mounted, clean, not cracked, broken, or damaged, and are visible from front to rear. Right turn signal and hazards are properly secured, clean, not cracked, broken, or damaged, and the proper color is amber. The front tire is properly secured, clean, not cracked, broken, or damaged. The tire is properly inflated I would check the inflation with a tire gauge, like so, or a rubber mallet. The tire tread depth is 4/32 of an inch, and I would check like so. The tire has no cuts or abrasions and is not excessively worn. The rim is secure, properly mounted, not cracked, broken, or damaged, and should never be welded. Lug nuts are properly secure and mounted. None are missing and show no signs of looseness or rust. My air valve stem and cap is properly secure and mounted. I detect no leaks from my air valve stem and cap or tire. Hub oil seal is properly secure and mounted, and there are no leaks. Splash guard is properly secure and mounted, not cracked, broken, or damaged, and should be at least 4 inches off the ground. I will check the front suspension system airbags. I want to make sure it is properly mounted and secure. All nuts and bolts are tight and are present, none are missing, and there are no leaks. I will check the airbag mounts to make sure they are properly mounted and secure. All nuts and bolts are tight and present, and none are missing. The front suspension system is leveled, and there are no leaks. The shock absorbers are secure, properly mounted. All nuts and bolts are present, and there are no leaks. Brake hose is secure, properly mounted. The brake hose supply air to the brake assembly. It is not cracked, excessively worn, or frayed. The couplings and fittings are secure, and there are no leaks. Brake chamber is secure and properly mounted, not cracked or dented. There are no loose or missing clamps, and there are no leaks. Slack adjuster is secure and properly mounted. I'm checking the slack adjuster and the push rod to make sure it is not bent, broken, loose, or missing parts. If brakes were released and pulled by hand, the push rod should not move no more than 1 inch. Brake disc is secure, properly mounted. There are no cracks, dents, or holes, and there are no loose or missing bolts, and brake lining are not worn dangerously thin. I will check the brake rotors and linings for contaminants such as grease and oil, and there are no leaks.
This is the rear passenger door. I would check this rear passenger door exactly as the front passenger door was checked. Fuel tank compartment and door is properly mounted and secured to the vehicle. The fuel cap is on tight. The fuel tank is properly mounted and secured, and I detect no leaks. Rear dual bud tires are properly mounted and secured. They're not cracked, broken, or damaged. The rear dual bud tires are evenly separated. I detect no foreign objects in between them. The proper tread depth is 2/32 of an inch. I will check that the tire's inflation, the tire, the rim, the lug nuts, the axle seal, the air valve stem and cap, splash guards, exactly as the front wheel was checked. I detect no leaks from my air valve stem, cap, or tire. This is the rear suspension. I would check that the airbag is properly mounted and secured. All nuts and bolts are tight and present, and that none are missing. I would check that the airbag mounts are properly mounted and secured. All nuts and bolts are tight and present, and that none are missing. I would check that the torque arm is properly mounted and secured, not cracked or broken. All nuts and bolts are tight and present, and that none are missing. My rear suspension is level, and I detect no leaks. The rear brake system I would check exactly as the front brake system was checked, which includes the brake hose, couplings and fittings, the brake chamber, the brake lining, the brake rotors, slack adjuster, push rod, and that there are no leaks. Compartment doors from front to rear are all properly mounted and secured. They open and close freely, and none are damaged. The maintenance-free battery and box is properly mounted and secured. It is not cracked, broken, or damaged. All connections are tight. All cell caps are present. The battery connections show no sign of excessive corrosion, and there are no leaks.
Now we're moving to the rear exterior. The rear clearance lights are secured, properly mounted, clean, not cracked, broken, or damaged. The proper color is red. Turn signals and hazards are secure, properly mounted, clean, not cracked, broken, and damaged. Proper color is amber. Tail lights and brake lights are secure, properly mounted, clean, not cracked, broken, and damaged. The proper color is red. Reverse lights are secure, properly mounted, clean, not cracked, broken, or damaged, and the proper color is white. Now we're moving on to the engine compartment. The engine compartment door is secure, properly mounted, clean, not cracked, broken, or damaged. The radiator, reservoir, and cap is secure, properly mounted. The reservoir cap should never be moved while the engine is hot. The sight level gauge reads full. All hoses are secure, properly mounted, not cracked, broken, or damaged, and there are no leaks. The exhaust system, secure, properly mounted, connected tightly. There are no loose clamps. Holes not cracked, severe dents, and no signs of leaking rust or carbon soot. The water pump, secure, properly mounted, clean, not cracked, broken, or damaged. The water pump is gear driven. All hoses are properly insulated and there are no leaks. The oil level dipstick, secure, properly mounted. In order to check the oil level, we would turn the switch, pull out the knob, wipe it clean, reinsert it, pull it back again, check it for the operating oil level, which is above the refill mark. Reinsert it, there are no leaks. The 24-volt alternator is secure, properly mounted. It is belt driven. The belt is not loose, cracked, or frayed. It has less than a half-inch of play. All electrical wires are properly insulated. The power steering fluid reservoir and pump is secure, properly mounted, not cracked, broken, or damaged. The power steering fluid pump is gear driven. The sight glass is on the right side as you lift up the right exterior of the side compartment door of the coach. The sight level glass reads full. The proper fluid color is red. All hoses are properly insulated and there are no leaks. All electrical wires and hoses are secure, properly mounted, properly insulated, not damaged, and there are no leaks. The air compressor is secure, properly mounted, not cracked, broken, or damaged. The air compressor is gear driven. All electrical wires and hoses are secure and properly insulated. The air compressor pumps air into the primary and secondary air tanks and there are no leaks.
Now I will start my left side inspection. My frame from rear to front is secure and properly mounted, not cracked, broken, or damaged, and there is no missing cross members. My drive shaft is secure and properly mounted, not cracked, broken, or damaged. It's not bent or twisted. The U-joint appears to be secure and free of foreign objects. Circuit breaker is secure and properly mounted, not cracked, broken, or damaged. None are missing or tripped. My stern box is properly mounted and secure, not cracked or broken. All nuts, bolts are tight and present. None are missing. The hose is properly mounted and secure, not cracked or damaged, and there's no leaks. All nuts, bolts, and cutter pins are tight and present, and none are missing. Pitman arm is properly mounted and secure, and it is not damaged. My drag link is properly mounted and secure, and it is not damaged. My steering arm is properly mounted and secure, and it is not damaged. My tire rod is properly mounted and secure. It is not cracked, broken, or damaged.
We will now do the cabin inspection. Passenger entrance steps are secure, properly mounted, and there are no foreign objects on the steps. The tile on the floor is not loose, missing, or damaged. We will demonstrate the wheelchair ramp and handrails. The wheelchair ramp is secure, properly mounted, not damaged or broken, and is fully retracted and no leaks. The handrails are secure, properly mounted, not broken or damaged. Step light is secure, properly mounted, clean, not broken or damaged, and the proper color is white. The front and rear emergency exits. They're secure, properly mounted, not broken or damaged. You will read the label to open door manually, brake, cover, and turn handle to see that they're operational. I will now demonstrate the seat belt and the seat. It is secure, properly mounted, not cracked, broken, or damaged. And I will demonstrate the seat by adjusting the seat and engaging the seat belt. I will now inspect our safety equipment box. 3 reflective triangles are secure, properly mounted, not cracked, broken, or damaged, and on location. The fire extinguisher is secure, properly mounted, and not damaged, and is ABC rated. Where you'll find the yellow needle in the green area is fully charged and operational. Tiles on floor are secure, properly mounted, not cracked, broken, or damaged, and there are no foreign objects. Stanchions and handheld bars are secure and properly mounted, not cracked, broken, or damaged. The passenger seats are secure and properly mounted, not cracked, broken, or damaged. Windows are secure, properly mounted, clean, not cracked, broken, or damaged, and are visible. Emergency exits are labeled, and I will demonstrate. Rear hatch and emergency exit is secure, properly mounted, not cracked, broken, or damaged, and I will now demonstrate.
Now I'd like to start my cab inspection. First, I'd like to turn my master run switch into the night run position. After I turn my master run switch into the night run position, I'll wait for all lights and buzzers again. Wait for the light to go out, please wait to start, which is right here. Coach is starting and the air pressure is building up to 120 PSI. I would like to continue on with my cab inspection. First, I would like to check my air brake. It's secured, not cracked, broken, or damaged. I will test my parking brake in the parking position. I would like to change my gear into a low gear. I like to match the accelerator. As I match the accelerator, the brake held, it is operational. Next, I would like to move on to my interior lights. My interior lights, it's not broken, cracked, or damaged. I will demonstrate that it comes on by flicking the light on, flicking it off, and the proper color is white. Next, I will go to my start button. It is operational. This is the reason why this bus is running. I would like to go next to my hazard. It's not cracked, broken, or damaged. I'll turn my hazard switch on. I look at my dash and my indicator, and the light is actually flashing green. It is operational. Next, I would like to go to my door lever. I would like to show you that it's not broken or damaged, and it is operational. I will demonstrate that by opening up my front door, opening up my rear door with 2 clicks. I will click it back into the closed position to show you that it is operational. Next, I would like to go to my climate control switch. My climate control switch is not damaged or broke. If I turn it on to auto, if you listen, you just hear the air conditioning kick on. If I turn it off, you'll hear the air conditioning go off. Next will be my master control switch. My master control switch is operational. This is the reason why this bus is running. Next, I would like to go to my left and right side view mirrors, and they are properly positioned. Next, I would like to go to my windshield, my left and right windshield. Clean, not cracked, broken, or damaged. And they're clear of any illegal stickers or obstructions. Next, my windshield wipers. They're making proper contact to the windshield. If I turn them on, they're actually making proper contact. They're not cracked or frayed. Next, I would like to go to my defroster. I would like to turn my defroster on. When I turn it on, I stick my hands up. I feel the air coming through the defroster. If I reach to the bottom, I feel heat coming through the bottom console. I will turn that off. Next, I like to go to my gauges. I'll talk about my front and rear air pressure gauges. They're both at 120 PSI. They are operational. Next, I would like to talk about my 12 and 24 volt indicators in my dash. They're both in the proper position. They are operational. I would like to talk about my temperature gauge. My temperature gauge is in the range of 180 and 190 degrees. It is operational. Next, I'd like to talk to you about my fuel gauge. My fuel gauge, indicating right now, is at 3/4 of a tank. It is operational. Next, I would like to talk to you about my speedometer. I will show you that it is operational on the road test. Next, I would like to talk to you about my gearbox. My gearbox is operational. I'll put my foot on the service brake. I'll change the gear to reverse. As you hear the gear change, I'll turn it back into neutral. I'll put it back into drive. And then I'll put it back into neutral to show you that my gearbox is operational. Next, I'd like to talk to you about my steering wheel, which is 20 inches in diameter and should never have more than 2 inches of play. Next, I'd like to talk to you about my horn. My horn is operational. I'll blow it just to let you know that it is operational. Next, I'd like to talk to you about my left turn signal. If you look at my dash, the actual turn signal is flashing green. It is operational. I'd like to then show you my right turn signal. It is operational. The actual color is green. It's not cracked, broken, or damaged. Next, I like to go to my high beam and low beam. It's not cracked, broken, or damaged. When I press onto it, I look at the light. I see the light in my dash flashing high beam. I press it back again, and it goes back out. Next, I'd like to talk to you about my accelerator. It's clean, not broken, cracked, or damaged, and free of any debris or foreign objects. My service brake is operational. It's clean of any foreign objects or debris. Now that I've completed my cab inspection, I'd like to move on to my ABC inspection. First, I would like to turn my bus into the night run position. And so that we don't have the continuous noise, I put my seatbelt on for the ABC test. Now that all buzzes and noises have stopped, I will initially start it by pushing down on my parking brake and putting full pressure onto my service brake. After the initial loss of air, I should not lose more than 3 PSI in 1 minute. I did not lose more than 3 PSI in 1 minute. It is operational. Now I would like to fan my brakes down to approximately 70 PSI and my low air buzzer warning device should activate. Now that my low air buzzer warning activated, it is operational. Next, I would like to fan my brakes down to approximately 40 PSI to check my spring brake. Now that I'm at 40 PSI, my spring brake did pop up. It is operational. Now that I've completed my ABC tests and the braking system is secure, not cracked, broken, or damaged, there are no leaks, and the bus is operational. Now I would like to restart my engine, let my air pressure build up to 120 PSI, and with the assistance of the examiner, check all my exterior lights.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
For the basic control skills test, you will demonstrate your ability to maneuver the vehicle around other objects. You will have 10 minutes to complete each exercise and must complete the exercise as directed. You will receive points for pull-ups and crossing over or touching boundary lines or cones. If you move a cone, climb the curb, or exceed the time limit, you will be disqualified. I will give you specific instructions for each exercise. If you see me raise my hand like this, please stop the vehicle and return within the exercise boundary lines. You may not open the door or move from a seated position. Do you have any questions?
No, sir.
I'm gonna get off and I'm gonna direct you down. You're here. I'm gonna step off the coach, wave you down, and get you in position here.
Yes, sir.
Do you have any questions?
No, sir.
I want to get you in position for the straight line backing exercise. Back up in the lane and stop the vehicle when I raise my hand like this. Do you have any questions?
No, sir.
Back straight through the lane until the front of your vehicle has cleared the last set of cones. You are allowed one free pull-up. Please set your parking brake and sound your horn when you have completed the exercise. Do you have any questions?
No, sir.
I'm going to get you in position for offset backing. Drive forward through the lane and stop the vehicle at the white boundary line past the last set of cones. Do not cross the boundary line. Do you have any questions?
No, sir.
Back your vehicle to the opposite right lane until the front of your vehicle has passed the first set of cones. You are allowed 2 free pull-ups. Please set your parking brake and sound your horn when you have completed the exercise. Do you have any questions?
No, sir.
I'm going to get you in position for parallel parking. Drive straight ahead, past the entrance to the parallel parking space. You must start the exercise within the lane and the vehicle must be parallel to the parking area. You will then back into the parking space. You are allowed 2 free pull-ups. Your vehicle must be completely within the space when you are finished. Please set your parking brake and sound your horn when you have completed the exercise. Do you have any questions?
No, sir.
Sir, you have just completed your commercial driver's license skills test.
And once you qualify and become that professional bus operator, you will be responsible for, how I put it, moving Maryland. You will be responsible for getting human beings from one point to the next. In training, we compare it as like being a surgeon, being responsible for lives.
Well, I feel like for a new operator candidate coming, it's important for a new operator candidate to take ownership. As a training professional and as a transit professional, it's important for an operator to be accomplished, know the equipment that they're working with, know that the public that they're serving, that the equipment is safe, that the equipment is efficient for what they need to do. And it's an important part of knowing your job.